Hello guys, welcome to your pre-trip classroom. My name is London. I will be your pre-trip instructor. Today we will be going over pre-trip. I will be explaining the pre-trip to you guys since the pre-trip is your first important test. Okay, you will need to learn the pre-trip in the classroom verbally, and you will be going out there to the yard learning hands-on. So with that said, I would like for you to put almost 90% of your time in the pre-trip because that's your first test. You need to invest this time into the pre-trip so you can get the results, because if you don't pass pre-trip, you don't go to skills. And if you don't pass skills, you do not go to road. What I mean, you need to invest in the classroom. You need to study your pre-trip, look over your books more than 10 times. When you get out there on the yard, you need to pay attention to the instructor out there on the yard, taking pictures, going back, repeating your parts with the name over and over again. Studying your book. Now for you guys who really don't have problem with speaking English or reading English, you have to work a little harder. You have to speak a little louder. You have to come up with a plan. I'm here to help you, but you have to come up with a plan too. How can I, make this to this examiner know that I know this pre-trip? So you got to find a way, and you probably got to study a little extra so you can convince him you know this pre-trip. Talk a little louder while you at home. Study the pre-trip. Just practice extra so you can know it. Okay? So, also what we'll be going over, I will be giving you guys a pop quiz. So the 5 sections we will be going over in the classroom, maybe like at the end of the week, about maybe after a week that you in the classroom, I will be giving you guys a pop quiz to see where you at. The pop quiz is just for me and for you to know where you at. Do you need to study the NCAP a little bit? Do you need to look over the break test a little harder? I don't want to send you out there on the yard and you're really not ready. You don't have the knowledge yet, because they're going to move pretty fast when you get to the yard. Because basically the yard, they're going to touch bases on the pre-trip, but really you're doing the skills in the road. Okay? So with that said, how you practice is how you're going to test. So we're going to be going over 5 sections, okay, in this pre-trip. Number 1, we're going to start with the NCAP inspection. That's your 1 through 12, okay? When you first get in the cab with the state examiner, you're going to be explaining to him your 12 parts. And then you're going to go to your 7 brake tests, 4 with the engine on and 3 with the engine off, including the setup. I'm going to be doing that right now, okay? So pay attention to how I'm going to do this. Also, let me just go back a little bit to the book, okay? Your pre-trip book. When you come in, you guys, when you come in, I do maybe like a little orientation with you guys on the book, okay? It's important, you know what? I need to use another book. It's important, you know what? This is okay. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah, you know what? Give me your book. It look a little better than this one. Guys, let me explain how the book goes. When you come in, you're going to get this pre-trip book. This Blue Horizon Truck Driving School pre-trip book. Okay? Now this is the book you need for your pre-trip.
That's only.
Only. Everything that's in this book is what you need to pass your pre-trip test. When you first come in the classroom, I will be breaking this book down and explaining to you how this book works. But I'm going to tell you right now so you can always go back and look at it. When you open this book, you have the pre-trip inspection, okay? Tell you about the school. You have this index. It goes over the pre-trip score sheet. It talks about the pre-trip inspection. It talks about the skill when you get ready and do your skills. The description and the diagrams of all the skill test maneuvers. So we have that.
And shifting.
And shifting procedures. And the diagrams for the shifting. Also right here, you guys always ask me about the YouTube videos. Well, Lester, he already completed a YouTube video for you guys, okay? And this is going over the CDL film instruction links. Guys, it's so important that you look over this. Everything that you have, you need to utilize this. We made it for a reason. It don't go with no other schools. It go with our school, okay? So this Title 1, 2, 3 skill, we have this on the TV. You go at home, when you go home, you go to these links. You check these links out because it's going to help you with your skills. Lester in the video is explaining the skills to you. I mean, he's breaking it down to you so you can understand how to do skills. Now you have the Title 1, 2, 3 shifting. Go to that link. When you get ready and go to road, even before you go, check these videos out. It talks about the shifting, how to upshift, how to downshift, how to recover gears. And then last but not least, he talks about the clutch brake operation. Also, we have a diagram on the back of here telling you how the clutch brake works. If you don't understand how to operate the clutch, how you going to drive the truck? You understand what I'm saying? So these 3 videos and these links, he created these links so you can understand a little bit more in details about the trucking, okay? And these links will help you. And in each pre-trip book, you have these film instruction links. So now let's go to the test score sheet. The test score sheet is a score sheet that we put in your book so you can understand what you're going to be tested on. You need 35 points to pass your pre-trip. The pre-trip is broke down in 5 sections. And that's why we color coordinate the book so you can understand which section is which. Like you can see when you first start off, they test you on your in-cab inspection with your brake tests. 7 brake tests, 4 with the engine on, 3 with the engine off. It's in the yellow. So we color coordinate that in the yellow because that's our first section. Okay? So you asked me, London, what I'm going to say about the safety belt. Well, that's why your book, you're going to turn the page and everything you need to know about each section is in the book, in that color. So that's why we color coordinate this book and we break it down to you so you can understand which way you're going, okay? And that's exactly what I'm going to do. When you get finished with going through this book, the in-cab, the coupling section, Form A, Form B, and Form C will be the last spot. Then you're going to talk about skills. We have information regarding your skills in the book that's going to help you with the skills when you get out there and do skills. Now, again, when you come in the classroom, guys, you study your pre-trip. And when it's time for you to go out the class onto the yard, please, guys, be mindful. Come back to the classroom because the classroom and the yard work together. You need both of them until you take your final test. And connect your hours and your observation hours. Okay? That's how you obtain your hours and we know who here. Do not take a week or 2 weeks off. You need to be here in the classroom. You need to be here on time. You don't need to be missing any class on the yard because it's just going to put you back. Okay? So with that said, let's go over the in-cab inspection, the 1 through 12 with the brake tests, and we'll go from there. Okay? Thank you. So now, guys, when we get in the truck with the state examiner, we're going to be starting with the in-cab inspection. And it's going to just be you and it's going to be the state examiner in the truck. So again, I'm going to perform like I'm going to be tested. So I'm going to say to myself, I'm going to go through my 1 through 12. And my advice to you, if you don't, I would just number them as I go, because if I number them as I go, I know I said 12 parts. But if you don't, it's optional to you. If you want to just go my seatbelt, that's okay. But to me, I like to go number 1, because I like to know, since I know that I'm on a point-based system, I said 12 things. And if I didn't say 12 things, then I know I'm missing something. Okay? All points matter at this point. So you're talking to the state examiner, and it's just you in the truck. When you get up in the cab, you're going to sit there. You're going to do your little in-cab inspection, you know, check things, make sure your range selector is down. He going to give you the test score sheet. You're going to fill it out. He going to break down to you the rules, what he expect. He going to tell you, okay, let me know when you're ready to start. You're going to say, okay, sir, sit for a minute. Go slow, talk loud, be clear, and don't be nervous. Don't worry about making a mistake, because guys, if you make a mistake, you can always just fix it, right? He's not that strict, okay? So, okay, sir, I would like to talk about my number 1, my seatbelt. You explain the seatbelt. What about your seatbelt? It's properly mounted and secured to the cab wall. It latches and it unlatches. It's not cut, frayed, or damaged. Properly mounted and secure. When you put that seatbelt on, that's when you leave it on. Do not take it off. Okay? Number 2, sir, I would like to talk about, explain 3 mandatory safety equipment. I have first my fire extinguisher, my 3 triangle reflectors, and my 1 to 2 spare fuses. So you're in the truck. Then you're going to explain the fire extinguisher. I have a 10-pound BC fire extinguisher, properly mounted and secured by the driver's seat. It's good for LEG, liquid, electrical, and grease fires. It have an up-to-date safety inspection sticker. Safety pin is in place, and the yellow needle is in the green zone, indicating it's fully charged. It's not cracked, bent, broken, damaged, or leaking. Next, sir, I would like to talk about my 3 triangle reflectors. They should be able to put together and stand on their own with no reflector surface missing. They're not cracked, bent, broken, damaged. Last but not least, 1 to 2 spare fuses for every use in the truck. And they is located in my glove compartment. Now, sir, I would like to perform my safe start. This starting up the truck. Your brakes going to be like this in the truck, in the cab. I want to make sure that my spring brakes both is applied out. Then I'm going to clutch, put my transmission in neutral. Sir, slowly I'm going to start up the engine. I'm going to release my foot off the clutch. And then I'm going to let you know, sir, my ABS light came on and went off the dashboard. Number 4 is my engine temperature gauge. Now, guys, look here. Look at the finger. You point now to the gauges. And I have my gauges pointing this way because if they was in front of me, you can't see them. So you just point to the gauges right now. And he watching you. Sir, I would like to talk about number 4. My engine temperature gauge is right here. It's letting me know that my temperature is rising to 180 degrees or until the warning light goes off. Number 5, sir, is over here is my oil pressure gauge. It's letting me know that my oil pressure gauge should be between 25 and 30 psi on until the warning light goes off. Over here is my ammeter and my voltmeter gauge. That's letting me know that my alternator is charged, my battery is charging my alternator, and that should be between 12 and 14 volts or until the warning light goes off. Now, number 7 is my light indicators, sir. My light indicators, I want to talk about. So now you want to explain your light indicators to the state examiner. You have my right turn signal, left turn signal. So look, you taking the handle, you clicking, right turn signal, the arrow came on the right, on the dash. Left turn signal, it came on the dash. my four-way flasher. You turn it on your four-way flasher. That's the round red triangle right here on the middle. It came on, your four-way flasher is blinking. Then you right click, is your marker, position, identification lights, clearance lights. That's coming on. Then you're gonna click it towards you, my high beam and my low beam. No, my low beam, one click, coming on the dash. Then you click it towards you twice, my high beam is coming on the dash. So my low beam, my high beam is the violet light that's coming on the dash. That's how you know your high beam came on the dashboard. It's a violet light. Number 8 is my horns. Now your horns is on your steering wheel. I have a city horn and I have an air horn. I would like to press the sound, beep and bump. They working fine, sir. Properly mounted and secure. Now we go into number 9, heater and defroster. We're gonna switch on the defroster on a little click, right on the dash, underneath the dash. Click on the switch. That's my defroster. You're gonna wave your hand across the top, sir. My defroster is blowing up. It's properly mounted and secure. It's working. Then we're gonna switch it to the heat. And then we're going to wave our hand across the bottom. Sir, the heat is coming out. It's blowing. It's properly mounted and secure. Number 10 is our windshield and our mirrors. Windshield is right in front of you. You tell them everything about the windshield. Sir, my windshield is properly mounted and secure. It's not damaged. No obstruction. No illegal stickers. And no cracks longer than 1/4 inches. Rubber seal around my windshield, not dry rotted, not damaged, and not leaking. Number 11, wipers and washers. Your windshield wipers and your washer fluid. My windshield wipers, they moving, you turn them on, they moving freely across the windshield. They have proper tension. They not missing, broken, or damaged. Washer fluid. It's full to the refill mark. You're going to skirt it on the window, cleaning the window properly mounted and secure and not damaged. Number 12 is my air gauges. Your air gauges, so you again point. My air gauges, my primary, my secondary system, both at maximum air pressure. Now, sir, I completed my 1 through 12. All my parts is properly mounted and secure. Nothing is cracked, bent, broken, damaged, or leaking. Now, sir, I would like to perform my 7 brake tests. 4 with the engine on and 3 with the engine off. Now, let's start with the 4 brake tests with the engine on. I would like to tell you the setup. Right now, sir, the engine is running. I'm looking at my gauges. I'm at a fully charged system, 90 to 120. Spring brakes is both applied out, and my transmission is in neutral. That's my setup, sir. Now I would like to perform my tractor parking brake test. With my tractor parking brake test, sir, I'm going to clutch, put my transmission in low gear. I'm going to release my trailer spring brake, come off the clutch slowly, and try to move. The vehicle didn't move. That tells me, sir, my tractor parking brake is working properly. Now, to secure my vehicle, I would like to reapply the trailer spring brake, put my transmission in neutral, and slowly take my foot off the clutch. Now, sir, my second test would be my trailer spring brake test. With this test, I'm going to clutch, put my transmission in low gear. This time, I'm going to release my tractor parking brake test. Come off the clutch slowly, try to move. The vehicle didn't move. That means my trailer spring brake is working properly. Now, to secure the vehicle, sir, I would like to reapply the tractor parking brake, put my transmission in neutral, and slowly take my foot off the clutch. Now, my third tug test, sir, would be my trailer service brake test. Now at this point, you're going to have to pull down the Johnson bar. Okay, and you're going to have to hover over your service brake test. Your service brake. So hovering over your service brake, and you're going to have to apply your Johnson bar this time. So you want to tell that to yourself before you just jump into this test. So now, sir, I would like to perform my trailer service brake test. I will be tugging this test. With this test, I would like to clutch, put my transmission in low gear. I would like to hover over my service brake pedal, release both spring brakes, pushing them in, pull down the Johnson bar, my foot comes back and come off the clutch and try to move. The vehicle that moves, sir, that tells me my trailer service brake is working properly. Now to secure the vehicle, sir, I would like to re-hover back over my service brake, release my Johnson bar, reapply both spring brakes, put my transmission in neutral, and slowly remove my foot off the clutch and the brake pedal. That's my trailer service brake test. Number 4 is my combination service brake test. Now this test, sir, I'm going to be moving the truck for 5 miles per hour, and after 20 feet, I will be pressing my clutch and my service brake pedal, making sure that my trailer stopped in a straight line. While I'm hovering over the steering wheel, watching my mirrors. With this test, I'm going to clutch, put my transmission in low gear. I'm going to release both spring brake, push them in. Now, I'm going to, while holding my steering wheel, I'm coming off the clutch and I'm going to move. I'm going to move, drive 5 miles per hour, watching my mirrors, holding my steering wheel. After 20 feet, I'm going to hit the clutch and the brake. Look, my hand's going to go off, come out off the steering wheel a little bit. Not like this, but like this. Watching my mirrors, making sure my trailer stopped in a straight line behind me. Sir, my trailer stopped in a straight line behind me. That indicates my combination service brake is working properly. Now I would like to secure the vehicle. Securing the vehicle, I would like to reapply both spring brakes, put my transmission in neutral, and take my foot off the clutch. Now, sir, if my trailer did not stop in a straight line behind me, but move left to right or shift left to right, it can be 4 causes. 1, uneven load. 2, bad brake adjustment. 3, suspension problem. And 4, uneven load. Sir, that completes my 4 brake tests with the engine on. Now, okay guys, now we completed the 4 brake tests with the engine on. Now let's go to the 3 brake tests with the engine off. Now, while the engine is running, I'm at a fully charged system in our truck between 120 and 125 max. And what I mean by that, that's when the governor is telling the compressor to stop pumping at 120 psi. Now, I would like to secure my engine by the transmission. What I mean by that, I want to first make sure that my spring brakes is applied. I'm going to clutch, put my transmission in low gear. I'm going to shut off the engine, turn it back to the second click. I'm going to slowly release my foot off the clutch, and last but not least, I'm going to release both spring brakes. I'm going to wait maybe 6 to 10 seconds for the air to stabilize. Now we all set up and you're ready to perform your 3 brake tests with the engine off. Now, sir, my first brake test will be my applied leak test. With this test, I'm making sure there are no major leaks in my system and my system is safe. Now, I'm going to be watching my gauges, and what I'm going to be doing in this test, I'm going to hold down my service brake pedal, watching my gauges. and wait 1 minute by watching my watch. Sir, I did not lose no more than 3 psi in 1 minute in a straight truck, or 4 psi in 1 minute in a combination vehicle. While watching my gauges and waiting 1 minute, I did not lose no more than 4 psi in 1 minute in a combination vehicle. That tells me there are no major leaks in my system and my system is safe. Now, my second test would be my fan down 1, my low air pressure warning device light and buzzer test. Now guys, you will not hear the buzzer because the engine is off. But however, you will see the red light come on the dashboard when before your pressure drops below 60 psi. Now, I'm going to perform this test by pressing down, fanning down my service brake pedal, watching my gauges, and sir, when my pressure, before my pressure drops below 60 psi, my light will come on, my red light will come on the dashboard. That indicates, I will conclude, that indicates that my low air pressure warning device light is working properly. Now sir, I would like to go to my fan down 2. That's my emergency spring brake test, pop out test. Well, both of my spring brakes will apply in case of a major air leak in the truck. So what I'm looking for, between 20 to 45 psi, my trailer spring brake will pop out. A few seconds later, 20 to 40 psi, my tractor parking brake will pop out. The trailer spring brake must pop out first to prevent the jackknife. Now I'm going to perform my test, watching my gauges and watching my brakes while I'm fanning down my service brake pedal. 20 to 45 psi, pop. There go the trailer spring brake, pumping. Few seconds later, 20 to 40 psi, pop. Here go the tractor parking brake test. Sir, both of my spring brakes apply in case of a major air leak. That let me know, that concludes, that let me know that my emergency spring brakes is working properly. Now sir, I would like to secure the vehicle. To secure the vehicle, I'm just basically doing a safe start. I want to make sure both spring brakes is applied. I'm going to clutch, put my transmission in neutral, turn the key back to the front click, and then take my foot off the clutch. And then I'm going to sit there for a moment and I'm going to think about if I made any mistakes